Hi Aries, welcome to this reading. I hope that you're doing well today. Let's see what's going on. The Five of Wands in this deck, it's called the Five of Inspiration. And I really love that because, you know, the Five of Wands, many of you will know, is a card of sort of too many people being involved, conflict, that sort of thing. But even, you know, it's called inspiration. How can we think of it negatively when, when it's still inspiring? Okay, what's this? The Hanged Man or the Hanged Muse in the reverse. I hadn't even planned this, but look, my nail varnish matches the cards. How cool is that? The Three of Pentacles. Okay, so the Hanged Man and the Three of Pentacles together, I mean, that talks about coming out of a period of stasis and wanting to build something new. Now, this applies whether your connection has never been grounded and committed, and you would be building from scratch in the sort of the practical sense, or you are already in a commitment, because it's almost as though your person's wanting to start again, to renew things, to do something in a different way without all of these extra people over here. And in your connection, depending on where you are, depending on what's going on, these people could be actual people. It could be thoughts, energy. Maybe your person has too many responsibilities, that sort of thing. You've got the Nine of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. Yes, your person has too much. Too many people maybe depending on them. Looking towards them for stability, finances. They might be very busy at work. They could, of course, be in a marriage. The King of Pentacles can be a spouse card. We've got the Page of Cups. We have the Queen of Pentacles here, but in the reverse. And we have the High Priestess. Wow, okay. On the back, the Ace of Voices, the Ace of Swords. This is all about wanting to communicate with you. For many of you, you may have had this communication. So let's start with how your person is seeing you, as being very quiet, but I'm feeling so strongly they see you as being, you know, I mean, very mysterious, very intuitive. The runes, the symbol, the sort of the rune symbols around here are giving me a really intense, quite serious energy. You know, it's not just that they think you're maybe psychic or intuitive, but I hope I can find the words for this. You know, the High Priestess, it's exactly that. If we just take a moment to think about the reverence, I suppose, if, you know, we're thinking centuries ago, of someone in a community who was looked at as the high priest or the high priestess. You know, people would travel for miles and miles to consult this person, to, you know, hear their wisdom or to get their advice or their insight. There's a lot of power here, and there's something slightly, I'm feeling slightly intimidated, scared. It's not sort of in a really bad sense, but there is something very serious about this energy, this card that I'm picking up right now. Okay, we'll clarify and see what comes out. We've got it with the Nine of Pentacles. So, you know, yes, you're very independent. You're doing your own thing. You really don't need anybody. You know, if you're around people, it's because you want to be. And you're very content, you know, with your life, with what you're doing, and whether this is actually true or not, this is how your person is seeing you. This is what they're thinking of you. They might know that for some of you, if you're making a living doing something that you really love, or at least it looks that way to your twin or your soulmate, they're really recognizing that you went within, you trusted that inner inspiration, that inner voice. And that's why you're so happy doing something that you love. And it's like you have this kind of, I'm hearing 2 steps ahead. You're always 2 steps ahead, I'm hearing now, of the game. So whatever you're doing for work, or maybe health, fitness, everything really, it's like you're 2 steps ahead. You have this hidden knowledge I just saw the number 0707, so you might want to have a look at that. 7 is perhaps the most spiritual number in tarot as well. So yeah, your person feels that you have some kind of access to information or another realm that other people don't. Okay, we definitely need to look into this. Let's put this over here to remember to clarify, but let's see what else is going on. Okay, so in a more grounded sense, yes, your person is very busy. Too many people vying for their time, too many people depending on them, looking at them for things. I'm really curious to see what's going to come up when we clarify this Page of Cups with the Hanged Man in reverse, because we can see your person has been thinking for a long time about sending you this message. And we know from Friday's video, last Friday, that they were so nervous and anxious about this. So I saw at least one comment, someone saying they had that message that arrived over the weekend. If others of you did, congratulations. If it's a message that you like, I hope. I hope it was. But yeah, so they're really wanting to reach out, to send this message, to build with you. With the Queen of Pentacles reversed, whether you are a woman or a man watching this, your person sees you as being really solid, really capable, they're perfect match, and you're very attractive, you're very nurturing, but you also very business minded is what I'm getting, whether you're in some kind of business or not, you know, it's just you have this capability, you're very incisive and intuitive. But with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, they might see you as nurturing yourself now. You were giving and giving to them. You've stepped back, you're nurturing yourself, which is a good thing, but they might be wondering, are you interested in this partnership now? So let's go in and clarify, because there's a lot here that's really interesting. So let's start with this High Priestess energy. Tell us what's going on here, please. Okay, we've got the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Queen of Cups reversed. So if you're being very quiet, if you used to reach out to your person a lot, and now you're holding back, you've definitely got their attention. And they're wondering what's going on, you know, why aren't you reaching out? Why are you no longer bending over backwards for them? They wonder, do you have someone else? But they're also, I'm hearing the word alchemy. They're seeing you as having transmuted any pain, any difficulty in such a positive way that you're using it now to push forward in your independent state. I'm starting to get a clearer picture of what's going on here now. This is why it felt so powerful. Your person is looking at you as bringing together successfully the divine feminine and divine masculine energy. And that's what this is all about. So, you know, if that's what you're doing, then that's amazing. That's the step really before coming into union. If that's something that you're after here with your person. But this is, yeah, awe-inspiring. That's what I'm getting, awe-inspiring. So it's not, you know, I was trying to say fearful, but it's not negative. Awe-inspiring is what this feels like. I'm hearing you're so much bigger now. They're looking at you and thinking you're so much bigger maybe than when you started talking or when you first met. And again, this is whether your connection has manifested in sort of a tangible sense or not. Yeah, they're seeing you as having a lot of power, a lot of control. It's almost like, you know, you're in charge of the elements, and if you want water to stop flowing, you put your hand up, as you can see she's doing here, and it stops flowing. I mean, this is, wow, this is really quite intense. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, see, look, the Wheel of Fortune. It's like you know how to manipulate situations, and I don't mean manipulate in a negative sense. The word sort of the word manipulate comes from or the sort of original meaning is to move things with your hands. So if you think about I don't know, a goalkeeper, you know, they manipulate the ball, they grab the ball with their hands, that sort of thing. So you're able to direct how things move. And the Wheel of Fortune is big energy here. They might see you as as having such a grasp on your own emotions, your vibration, that you're able to keep moving forward in a positive, lucky way. You know, other people would look at you and think, wow, he or she is so lucky, but your person knows you were behind it. You are making this happen. Okay. So your person could be dealing with a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius who's quite maybe overbearing, and this could be a spouse, a mother, a boss, a friend, anyone really who's of who has a significant influence on your person. Okay, yes, they don't want to revive this connection with this person, but they have to make a firm decision to walk away. Your person is being emotionally closed off, distant, maybe cold, possibly manipulative with this Queen of Wands, whoever she is or whoever she represents. But I do see that your person does need to make that final decision to step away here. What they're doing at the moment is they're not giving, they're not bringing any fresh energy into this connection with the Ace of Cups reversed, but they still haven't completely, you know, severed that situation, whatever that looks like. Right, tell me about this Hanged Man and the Page of Cups, please, the Page of Emotions. This actually, I'm getting a bit used to it now, but when I first saw it, it sort of made me feel a bit ill, you know, this octopus and going through into her stomach. But it's interesting because this is in the place where the solar plexus chakra is, and you can see it's lit up. We have the yellow, we've got lots of nature. It's like a wooded area, so being in nature might be a good idea for some of you. And even if you're in a very urban environment and there aren't many trees or parks around, even just a house plant, anything like that. Yeah, the Eight of Wands reversed. So this is communication via the internet, a text message, an email, something like that. When I see this reversed with the clear intention to communicate, it does make me wonder, has there been interference? Has an email gone to spam? And actually, just to pause, if you have been waiting for an email from me or a reading or something like that, I've responded to everyone. All the readings have been sent out by or on their due dates, so please do check your spam folders. So yes, maybe you're having trouble receiving messages as well. Or over the weekend, my sister thought that someone she was talking to had blocked her, but it turned out that his phone had broken. So, you know, something like that, some kind of interference. Tell us more, please. I think some of you are wondering, is it this Queen of Wands who's interfered? So let's see, is it the Queen of Wands, please, who's interfered? We have the Three of Cups in reverse. Let me see again. It could be a yes or a no. Oh, maybe it is. For some of you, yes, this Queen of Wands is interfering in your messages. And that could be in the sense of she knows, or it could be a he, you know, depending on your situation. This Queen of Wands knows that your person who's coming up as this King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or just the energy, has their eye on you or someone else, and they keep getting in the way, you know, can you do this? Can you do that? Keeping your person busy so they can't message you, that sort of thing. Or it could be something as intrusive as going into your person's phone, deleting messages, that sort of thing. It won't be that for all of you. For others of you, like I said, check your spam folders. Make sure there's no one on your end who could interfere. Yeah, see, there is a clear intention here to communicate. But we have trickery. We have this magician here in reverse. I never like the magician in reverse. This is someone who's pretending that they are a manifester, that they are in control, in the same way that you are over here, except you really are. This person is wearing a mask. This is all an illusion. This isn't your person. It's either an energy, another person. Tell me about this magician, please. Yeah, see, this is someone hiding. The Hermit could be a Virgo, but someone doing something behind the scenes. Maybe again this Queen of Wands energy over here. And as I said before, if it's not a fire sign, it's someone who's quite overbearing, and this person knows. They either know intellectually or they feel very strongly that your person is pulling away and there is a painful ending that's impending for them, and they're trying to avoid that, and they're doing things behind the scenes and they're being sneaky. I mean, this energy, it's not interfering with your person's feelings for you or this connection or the action they're going to take, but yeah, it's like a minor annoyance. And I'm looking at the sun in reverse. The sun will always end up shining through. It's just a matter of time.